What's going on, guys? It's Carson from Toxic Gaming, back here today with another of the PPL Season 3 Division 2 Week 9, I think? I think this is Week 9, again, battle with the Milwaukee Sawsbucks against Ryquin and the Pittsburgh Pirattatas. I think that's how you say it. I think that's right. I don't know. I'm worried that that's wrong, but oh well. Again, we are taking over Steve, aka Magnitude's team. His links will be down below. Links to Rye will be down below as well, as he took over the Pittsburgh team from Old Man Tup for other reasons. And so Tup's links will be down below. All three of those will be down there. Go check those guys out so you can see where and how we got to this point in the battles and things like that. But to start off the match, I am using, or the team that I got, I have Scarf's Infernape, I have Specs and Sylveon, I have Sub 3-attack Shaman, I have Rest Talk, Rocky Helmet Blastoise. Really weird Blastoise set, but I really wanted to see how it worked. I figured it could do decent against his team with a combination of Dark Pulse and Scald. Could do everything but hit Ferrothorn, which if I could use Infernape to get rid of early or get rid of it at any point, then Blastoise could hit anything decently. I have Payapa Berry with Toxic Spikes Wheezing. Now I know there's a Mega Sableye on the other side, but at the same time I was thinking if I could get this thing in against, say, a Cresselia, I can take two Psyshocks after the Payapa Berry, and I can get up at least one layer of Toxic Spikes. So it's not forcing the switch in with the Mega Sableye as much as it could be, or it's bringing in the Cresselia on my Wheezing, thinking I'm gonna go for a Sludge Bomb or a Willow or something else to like Garchomp, and rather than try to risk the bounce back and me not going for something like that, he can just come in, take it. Cresselia wouldn't mind being burned compared to being toxic, and then just hitting me with a Psychic and killing me. But then I also have Scarf Electabuzz to try to beat Scarf Garchomp. I could not beat Scarf Heliolisk. I really was mad I couldn't beat it with anything else, including Scarf Infernape. I couldn't outspeed the Heliolisk. But as I'm looking at his team, Heliolisk Scarf is threatening to me, and also Calm Mind Sableye. Really, setup isn't the best, which is why I have Clear Smog on Wheezing instead of Sludge Bomb. Wheezing's the weird set with T-Spikes. We've had T-Spikes, Flamethrower because of the Ferrothorn, and then Will-O-Wisp for the Garchomp, and then Toxic Spikes to hopefully get him on the field and be able to Toxic that Mega Sableye. But we're just going to get right into the battle. As you can see and everything we're going on, we got Rye issuing the challenge, things of that nature. I lead with Infernape, a good old Eddie Guerrero, as he leads with the Heliolisk. Now, this is a tough lead part where I wanted to click U-turn so badly, and he switching out into his Mega Sableye, and I wanted to click U-turn, but the timer ran out. I wasn't really used to how Wi-Fi battles went yet, so it clicked close combat for me. I hard switch into Sylveon, while Alondra Boy is my Sylveon, as he Mega Evolves into his Mega Sableye, and then goes for something that I was not ready for, and I was not ready for was Poison Jab Mega Sableye, and it does a huge chunk to Sylveon. With right now, he switches out the Sableye, fearing getting destroyed by Hyper Voice into Cresselia, and I click Hyper Voice. It's my best play to hit anything besides Ferrothorn and this Cress on his team, and this is apparently what he was using to sponge up Hyper Voices. And right now, I didn't really know what his set was, but he goes for the Calm Mind. As I see, I'm also not faster than this thing, so he has to be, I think, running a little bit of speed to be faster. But he's going Calm Mind, and he's just setting up in front of Sylveon, and I'm just clicking Hyper Voices. I was hoping for the crit, obviously, after seeing the Calm Mind, but now I'm just sitting here trying to think, what can I even do with this thing, besides just keep clicking Hyper Voice on it? And so he goes for the Moonlight, and right here, I probably should have swapped, but I just went for another Hyper Voice. Again, at the moment, I was like, what is he going to do? I'm just going to Hyper Voice him. He may have Shadow Ball, but that's not going to do anything. Psyshock's not going to do much. We're going to do this right now. And so right now, I switch out into Wheezing, Byron Saxton. If you get that reference, more power to you. As he goes for the second Calm Mind, getting him to +2 on both special attack and special defense. And here, is when I realized I have to click Clear Smog. I would want to click Toxic Spikes here, but I have to click Clear Smog so that I can live a Psy Shock after a berry. And he is Psy Shock over Psy Kick. I was thinking the Psy Kick would be more effective because of Wheezing, but I lived that great thanks to the berry, the Payapa berry, and I Clear Smog, getting away all those Calm Minds and all that. And here's the play coming up where I really I misplayed it because I should have had this turn before. And he switches out the Cresselia, and I'm thinking, what the hell is he going to bring in? He brings in the Mega Sableye as I click T-Spikes. Now, again, why bring Hazards when you have a Mega Sableye on the other side? I know, but I felt like I had to get T-Spikes up, and I thought he would go for the kill rather than anything else. But he bounces them back as I'm clicking Flamethrower, just trying to get damage on this thing. As he takes off, no item, thankfully, thanks to my berry. But he now swaps out into Entei, his Burn Heal Entei, as I'm still clicking Flamethrower to get damage off against this thing, as I know Clear Smog wouldn't do anything to Sableye. And Flamethrower, as you can see, ain't gonna do shit to Entei. That ain't gonna do anything. I'm worried. I'm switching out now into Blastoise. We are Rocky Helmet. We are defensive. We have rest. We have stuff like that. We don't worry about toxic or the poison damage we're getting. He goes for the Sacred Fire. Pretty easy play for him to make. Easy, nice Sacred Fire on anything, and we eat that up. And no burn, thank God. Not ban. He doesn't seem banded here, thanks to being Sunny Day. And I'm sitting here thinking, Sunny Day, what the fuck is he doing? Like, what the hell is going on? As I quick rest just to get rid of the toxic or the poison damage. And I have Sleep Talk, I'm not too worried. But I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck is he trying to do? Like, what is Sunny Day helping him? Sacred Fire is not going to do that much. He goes for Solar Beam. And it was at this moment where I'm sitting back in my chair, and I'm just like, well, fuck me, right? Like, I'm getting two-shot here by Solar Beam, goddamn, Entei. I went for Sleep Talk. I got, nice and Dark Pulse. Decent. Scald wouldn't have done much, and I wouldn't have burned him. But he now overpredicts me, going for the Sacred Fire and missing, thinking I would switch out. I knew I wanted to try to burn Sleep turns and get one more guaranteed Sleep Talk off to get damage on this thing. I get the Scald, and even though we are in the sun, it still does decent damage. We would have brought him down probably into red, if not kill, without the sun. So now I switch out into Infernape, my Eddie Guerrero. I have to be able to resist the Solar Beam, because I know he has to go for it right now. If he doesn't go for it, it's weird. But he goes for it. The nice and Entei Solar Beam is... I'm just amazed at the Entei Solar Beam, and it's not going to do that much to Eddie Guerrero at all. And right here is where I kind of revealed I wasn't fully physical Infernape, even after showing the close combat earlier. He swaps out into his Garchomp, being able to take pretty much any hit, and I go for Fire Blast. Now, Fire Blast in the sun from an Infernape still does, that's a decent chunk to a Garchomp, and after the sun leads, I'm locked into Fire Blast. I have the HP Ice to outspeed and kill this Garchomp, but I can't go for it. I have to switch out into Wheezing. At this moment, Wheezing was kind of fodder. It was just like, I didn't really know what else to go for that could maybe take an offensive hit, but he goes for the Fire Blast, and he's gonna be able to two-shot me with Fire Blast. There's really nothing else I can do at this point. It was fodder, but at the same time, I thought about if I could actually live physical moves. But now I go into Gold Dust, our Scarf, Electabuzz. I get poisoned again, my own stupid mistake for the poison. But he swaps out into his Mega Sableye as I went for the Hidden Power Ice. I feel like I had to stop trying to overpredict things and make too many predictions and really try to play it safe from here on out. And even though it doesn't do anything to Mega Sableye, there was nothing else I could do, or it didn't feel like there was anything else I could go for. And I just keep firing off Hidden Power Ice here. And that is actually crit damage to Mega Sableye. So fuck this thing. And he goes for the Poison Jab on me and gets a crit of his own. So crit for crit, neither one really completely mattered, as I couldn't have done much to him. I just had to keep Hidden Power Icing. I could have switched out, but I had nobody to take a nice Poison Jab, as he just quicks recover. Pretty easy. And he's just gonna... easy read to quick recover, so he's just gonna let the poison kill me. Like, there's no reason for him not to quick recover there. Good play on his part. And here I'm thinking, okay, I can get the upper hand a little bit, scare him out. I can bring out Sylveon. I can quick the Hyper Voice play, and I can do damage to anything that comes in, including the Ferrothorn. Even though I'm Specs, I can still do damage with to Ferrothorn with this. And he brings in the Ferrothorn as expected. And it's Anticipation Ferrothorn, which we didn't know worked, to find out that I have Hidden Power Fire on this thing. But apparently Anticipation works with Hidden Powers in-game, even though it's like documented that it doesn't. But even a Specs Hyper Voice to this Ferrothorn, it's not even going to guarantee a 4-hit KO. So I have to switch out here. I swap into Eddie Guerrero, my Infernape. And he goes, I figured he would maybe go for Stealth Rocks or Leech Seed or something, but he goes right for the Gyro Ball and knocks me down low enough so that Poison will kill me this turn. And ironically, that's 2 kills of Poison that my own Weezing set up. Realizing I made the mistake that just cost me 2 kills right then and there. As I bring back out Sylveon, I can go for the Hidden Power Fire now if I want to. Ironically, I went for Shadow Ball. I was expecting something different. I wasn't expecting Entei to come in, but I was expecting Cresselia or something because of the Hidden Power Fire and Hyper Voices just eating him up. But I get the Shadow Ball, and Sylveon does pick up the kill on Entei. So at least there's that. At least Sylveon got the 1 kill on the Entei. And now he brings in the, the Sun Lizard. He goes for his own Hyper Voice, and I was forced to quick Shadow Ball at this point, and I didn't feel the need of switching out and letting anything else die to Hyper Voice. So Sylveon went down to that. As I bring in Shaman. We can do this. Seamus, I feel he can pull it out. We're nice. We're nice and sub 3 attacks. He goes for the Hyper Voice. There's no reason for me to quick sub, so I just go right for the Seed Flare. And it does a heavy, heavy chunk to this Heliolisk. I'm going to get the leftovers recovery and lose to Poison. So I don't know, I believe they kind of balance out a little bit. I didn't really see what the numbers were to see, but he Hyper Voices me again. He's just going to let this thing die, try to kill me to another, I kill him to another Seed Flare. He was trying to kill me with a Hyper Voice, but ironically, the Sun Lizard went down. The one Scarfer that he had went down. Or the one thing that I believe was Scarfed, he went down. And I'm okay with that. And at this moment, I'm still living toxic damage. I can fire off one more Seed Flare or fire off one more move. He brings out the Sableye. I'm thinking, okay, I can just fire off a Dazzling Gleam. I'll be fine. Or Seed Flare. Seed Flare would actually do more, and he Shadow Snakes me. And I'm just thinking, this Sableye is pissing me off. I hate Mega Sableye. And Seamus had to go down. And so in my last hope, I bring in my Sleep Blastoise. I go for Rest again this turn to get as much health back as possible. Maybe with 100 crits, I can take out this Sableye and the Ferrothorn combo. And he goes for the knockoff, getting a critical hit at the same time taking Rocky Helmet damage and getting rid of the Rocky Helmet. And I quick Sleep Talk here. He switches out into Ferrothorn. And now he has seen that I only have Scald and Dark Pulse. He's seen that I have nothing, absolutely nothing to touch Ferrothorn. So I go for the Sleep Talk. He gets hit with the Dark Pulse and isn't gonna do much at all to this Ferrothorn. From right now, it's pretty much GG. He just has to hit me with Gyro Balls and stuff from here on out. But I thought maybe a crit or two would do this. So I go for Sleep Talk again. I get Dark Pulse again. And I'm just thinking, okay, this is good. Get a crit, maybe get a Scald and get Scald burned, and he Leech Seeds. And I found out later after the battle when Ryan and I talked, he also has Protect on this thing. So in essence, he could have stalled me out with Leech Seed damage. He could have easily stalled that out completely. There wasn't really a way that, even if I did take out Ferrothorn, there was not a way for Blastoise to be able to take out everything else on his team, especially that Cresselia with Moonlight and Calm Mind, because I was just going to get passive Leech Seed damage. It would have been the longest battle forever, and he gets the crit Gyro Ball, and at this moment I'm just thinking I don't want to drag this out much longer. There's no way I'm going to be able to get all of his mons killed with one Leech Seeded resting Blastoise. With only 2 moves. It doesn't feel like it's possible at this point, so I just go for Scald, hope for the burn, You know, because why not? You just keep getting it. I get a crit. He goes for the Chowder Ball, and sadly knocks Rye back out. So good game to Rye. It was a good play. I made probably the biggest misplay in thinking I was going to be able to get Toxic Spikes while he had the Mega Sableye. And it's a 4-0 victory to Rye. I know we had a really good victory or battle the first week, or week 8, the first week to pick up this team, and then we lost to this one. But it is how it goes. It's nothing wrong on Rye's part. He surprised me with that Solar Beam, Sunny Day Entei. Who could have seen that shit coming? But I enjoyed the battle. It was fun. I now realize after that turn 1 mistake with the timer and letting it quit close combat for me, and there's more to Wi-Fi battles than showdown and stuff. But anyway, I know my own misplays. It's rough, but it's what we had to do and what happened in the match. So anyway, good game to Rye. Check out his links down below. Go and check out Steve's links. Magnitude Steve, you know, the originator of the Milwaukee Sawsbucks, so you can see where we came from and how we got to here. And go check out Old Man Tup's links down below as well, so you can see how Rye got to where he is now with his league record and with his team. But sadly, this drops us to, I think, 6-3, if I'm correct. But we're still up there in the top of the rankings. We're still up there. So hopefully we can pull it out in the next 2 weeks. But thank you guys for coming out and everything. If you enjoyed stuff, click that like button. If you're new, go ahead and click that subscribe button. They're there. Don't worry about them. But anyway, I'm going to get up on here. So thank you guys so much for coming out. I'm Carson. This is Toxic Gaming. And as always, you guys stay toxic. We'll see you guys.